Have you ever cut yourself? I have. So here is important tip. So don't cut like this because your finger knuckle is blocking your view. You can't see where your edge is doing the cutting. So instead, turn your body, look at how my feet are positioned. And then you can clearly see where you are cutting. This is how you should do it. Let's take a look at cheaper alternatives to super expensive Yanagiba. This is Global G11 Yanagiba 250mm blade. It is currently just under 100 on Amazon. I got this one for free. It's a gift from a friend. Other than non-traditional blade lengths, this is essentially a proper Yanagiba construction. It has uraski. This one is my favorite all-around knife. Sugimoto Slicer 2524. That is 240mm blade, hence 24. 25 means it is non-stainless high carbon steel. And this one, Global GF35. This is, well, I purchased this one more than 20 years ago. These days, they are somewhat harder to find than before. You can still find them. This is a little bit more expensive than standard Global line because this is the professional line, forged. The standard Global, like this Yanagiba, is stamped. So some of you may be wondering why I am not doing tomato slicing test, things like that. Well, tomato is actually not really a good material to test your knife. It only tells you the initial bite. Because once you break the skin, tomato doesn't resist. So yeah, it's not really good for the test. It is good for demonstration, showing off though. You may not be able to tell by just looking at the video, but Sugimoto Slicer is a clear winner here. And two Globals, they do the job, they are not that bad. Now, this is what most of you probably wanted to see. Carrot Katsuramuki test. Why using carrot? Well, simply because I didn't have daikon radish today in my refrigerator. It doesn't matter, you can practice with carrot, cucumber. Although, I said this before, cucumber is not really a good material to practice on. Better do it with a carrot. So, as you can see, the Global G11 isn't really good in this department. This is Sugimoto Slicer and it cuts much better. And the fact that it takes a lot less effort to cut means it's much safer. Some people tell you to keep your blade and material parallel to the cutting board. But I really don't care. To me, it is more important that blade and material, they are parallel to my face, the plane of my face, so that I can see both top and bottom of the carrot or daikon radish or whatever I am cutting. I can see both top and bottom at the same time. So, why it is important being able to see both top and bottom at the same time? The reason is so that you can keep the thickness at the top and bottom the same. Otherwise, one side gets thicker, one side gets thinner, you can't peel straight. Doing Katsuramuki with carrot is not as difficult as it may look. But I don't take any responsibility if you cut yourself while trying this, so you do it with your own risk. I'm not responsible. Probably the most important thing while practicing Katsuramuki is do it slow. As Navy SEALs say, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. The speed comes later. Basically, you just have to practice over and over and over again, slowly, so that you can do exactly the same movement every time you do this. And eventually, you can do it without thinking. When the carrot becomes about the size of pencil, just stop it. Carrot may be a better material than daikon radish to practice on, because number one, they are easier to combine. You can find them virtually anywhere. And number two, because they are harder, you have to concentrate on. And here is a cucumber Katsuramuki. Cucumber isn't really a good material to practice on because they are so floppy once you remove the skin. Also, once you reach to the seed part in the middle, you have to stop it. So it's not really a good practice. Whether you are practicing on cucumber or carrot or daikon radish, the most important thing, the thing you should focus on is to keep the thickness same, both top and bottom, and don't cut it in the middle. The thickness itself isn't that really important in the beginning. Rather than trying to cut really thin and it gets cut off every couple of inches, even if it's a little bit thicker than desired, you can do it continuously until the end, all the way. That is a better practice. And I have to say it again, do it slowly. So you can probably figure it out by now. Out of these three, Sugimoto Slicer is my favorite. And this, yes, I can recommend to virtually anyone. If you are really on tight budget, then getting this one is a much better, safer option than buying Yanagiba Sub 200. It doesn't flex as much as you may think it does so. And Global G11 Yanagiba, yeah, I got this one for free, so would I pay 100 for this one? If I only have 100, I might. But for $50 more, you can get Sugimoto Slicer from Sugimoto in Japan directly. Balance point. This is one of the best things about Global. All of them, they are properly balanced. Because the handle is hollow inside, and they put ballast inside, make it perfectly balanced, and then close the butt end. And as you can see, Sugimoto Slicer is kind of grip heavy, which is, when you drop it, is a good thing, because the butt end goes down fast. It will never go down with tip first, like Yanagiba or Deva. Well, I guess that's all for this video. Thanks for watching.